Yeah, there we go. All right, how you been? How you been? It's been a minute. This is my Ibis Ripley. It's seen better days. It's seen better days. It's real sad. It's been sitting here. Life has been absolutely crazy. I move across the country in a couple of weeks. Things are really crunching down. I have so much to do, and part of the things I've been wanting to get done is getting this mountain bike fixed back up and doing some upgrades to it. Oops. That's what we're doing today. We're going to do some upgrading to the Ripley so that it's ready to rip when I get to my new state, which is upstate New York. That's where I'm going. This bike needs to be ready to rip some mountains because I'm going to be ready to do that. It sucks, man. It's been real sad. I haven't been able to ride. It's also been hot as absolute hell here in Florida, and there's no desire to ride in this heat. Fox 34 fork. This is the stock one. It comes with 130 millimeters of travel. I want 140, so I want to bump it up. I've never done a fork service before, but I have the fork service kit, and I will link everything down below in the description if you want to do this stuff yourself. I think that bumping up to 140 is going to get into a nice, real sweet spot for this bike, and it's going to be a ton of fun. I think first thing first, we need to get it up on here. Just enough for me to get the front fork off, so we're going to have to remove everything from that. Shh. I'm speaking. And yeah. But yeah, welcome back to the messy garage, and let's do another messy job here. Oh, and see these red stickers? I got these off AliExpress. Pretty cool, but I'm really actually not digging the whole red vibe on this bike, and I got some new ones, so I'll have to wait and see those. When I take the forks off, I'm gonna go ahead and add the new ones on here and make it a little easier for me to line it up correctly this time. They're not perfect from last time, just putting them on the bike while the forks are on the bike. So yeah, we're gonna take them off. I'll put the new stickers on that way. Oh, and you know, just real quick, I want you to know that I am not at all an expert, so I might mess up here. You can let me know down below in the comment section if I do something wrong, but we're gonna do our best. I like to learn how to do these things myself. Doing your own maintenance is rewarding, and you gain knowledge every time you do it, even if you make a mistake. All right, so we don't lose these. I'm gonna put them back in. Here we just have a tiny little Allen key. Let's see which one fits. 2.5. Again, don't want to lose that little guy, so put this little guy back in here for now. There we go. Now we gotta move up to the top. There we go. And our fork is out. Now I'm gonna take the bike off of the stand, and we're gonna pop the fork on there to help us do the service. Take you off of here. All the weight's in the back now. Maybe if I could put it in my little manual holder. Yeah, that'll work, and we can set you there. Okay, first we'll clean it off a little bit. Get some of my grease off of it for now. Ew, brother. Just to be extra safe, I'm going to grab a microfiber cloth to put around it as I clamp it down in here. And make sure we can tighten down enough here. Yeah, nice and snug. You guys know I got this bike stand for like 20 bucks at Aldi's. If you don't know what Aldi's is, it's a freaking grocery store. Because if you know bike stands, they're quite expensive. All right, before we do anything with this fork, we're going to need to let the air out. That's the first thing you should do. Okay, so this right here is 10 mil, and then this one right here has a little Allen key in it to remove the head. That's too big. There we go. No, not 13 mil. Gotta go higher than that. 15. All right, I think it's 15 mil. That feels about right. And I want to keep this up because you don't want the oil to come out just yet. And then our 10 mil on this side. All right, there's a little crush washer in there too, so don't lose that. Okay, get your bucket ready because something for the oil to go into, because it might start coming out now. Okay, so we're gonna need to remove this. Okay, this is strange. I thought I could have swore I bought everything I needed to do this job, including the flat socket, whatever, but maybe not. I have this giant 27 mil wrench. I don't know if I can get it. I'm going to use this very carefully. Aha! I did mark it up a little bit, but maybe it'd be better to use this side. I don't know. It's not really, I think it's like 25 or 26 mil. It's probably 26 mil. This is what I could find, and I got it to work. So we're good. At least I had something I could use. I was getting worried there for a minute. Oh, look at that. We already have 2 tokens in here. I've never done this. I've never taken this off. Nice. Looks kind of gross. So I'm essentially taking this 5.5. It sits right there at the base. I'm gonna hammer that. I feel like my stand is just, it's giving too much. Okay, I did it. I wasn't recording, of course. I just needed it to brace better, and for some reason I put it up on, I don't know, I moved it over here and I got more brace on it, and I used this, okay? Because it had a little hole there, and here's the result is I got oil everywhere. So recommend gloves. Gloves probably be helpful. But I got a little bit of mess to clean up, but that's okay, whatever. You can do the same thing for this side. Hear that? It's loose. All right. So, any remaining oil, yeah, I think most of it already fell out, but should be able to slide them off nicely. There we go. We did it. So yeah, if it's not starting to slide off, you just need to get in there and like kind of make sure that it pushes through. So these should slide off. Perfect. Hey, we're getting somewhere. So get a good look at her because it's about to change. There you go. That looks badass. It's really tricky and these things kind of drive me nuts because I'm somewhat a perfectionist when it comes to this, but I gotta let some things go and try not to stare at it too long because I'll find imperfections. But I think it looks fairly straight. I don't know, you tell me. All right, so we'll clean these off. All right, so here's the new shaft. I think this might be the part number and everything, so you can kind of see that. This one actually comes with a new retainer clip as well. All right, so we're gonna clean everything up and we have to get this out of here. This is our air spring shaft, or air shaft, there's no spring. Air shaft, all right? It's held in there with a retainer clip. You're going to need some picks, all right? So I picked these up. Not really sure which one, we'll try one of these. I'm actually using this kind of crazy one. I don't know if you get one of those in your kit. Doing that, wrap it around, pull it towards me. And that retaining clip is out. But now that that's removed, we should be able to pull this out. This is supposed to, from what I understand, well, that works too. Look out, is it supposed to be gunked up like that? Yeah, just pull on it. I don't even know what I was trying to do there, but it's pretty gross inside there too, so I'm going to try to push a rag through there, clean it out. And now it's stuck. I'll get it out. Oh, we're good. There we go. Pull that straight through. Yeah, look at that. Nice and clean. And we're just gonna put a little bit of lube in all the contact areas so where you see these black seals. All right, and we should slide this new one in. There we go. Give a couple of that to lube it up in there. Retainer clip, new one. Pop that into place. That was easy. And shit, that's we're almost there. So head back over to this. Now, as this was pretty gross, the inside of this is quite gross as well. To clean that out, I'm going to put a little bit of alcohol on the rag. The longest thing that you have, I have this like long pry bar to be able to get up in there and clean everything with the rag. I don't know, this is the best way I think of doing it. I don't have a special tool for this either. It's definitely a hard thing to do. I'm gonna actually squirt some alcohol in it and let it drain out the bottom and kind of push some of that stuff out. It definitely helped a little bit. It's quite decent. I'm just gonna do the best I can. Please subscribe so I can buy better appropriate tools. Thanks. That's pretty decent. It's probably about as clean as I'm gonna be able to really get them. New seal kit. Pretty sure I scored this on Amazon, but it comes from Fox. There you go. So this is really hard to do. They say to take like a wrench, like so, and you're just gonna take the wrench, get the edge of the lip, and then kind of just pull that way. So I'm gonna do that now. Yeah, I'm wearing Crocs. Whatever, man. Aha! Did it. We don't care about them flying across the garage. We're replacing them. That actually works like a charm. Just put it between your legs. Pry it up like that. Nothing's damaged. Looks good. Take my rag with alcohol on it. Get in there and clean it up.
Hello, people at home. Oh, your face isn't even in it.
What you got to say?
Your FedEx package came with your new computer, with your new camera.
New camera.
You're fancy now.
I'm stoked. That look clean to you? Pretty good.
Looked fine before.
Pretty blowing up. Thanks. All right, let me gather some of the pieces that flew everywhere. But these are the old foamy. What are they called? What do you call this? Dust wiper? I'm gonna call it a dust wiper. Yeah, it collects the dust, and that's why it's black. So when your fork going in and out, this is what collects all the crap and keeps it from really going inside. But obviously, it doesn't save everything and needs to be replaced. This, of course, is your standard rubber seal inside the fork. This seal, then this seal. And that's how we're gonna put it back in. So we gotta start with one of these. The trick is to soak these in oil, but the appropriate oil for which side they're going to be on. This side is going to be our 20 weight, and then the other side is going to be the 5 weight. I don't think it's a huge deal if you just soak them all in the same oil. I don't think it's that bad. So we have our Fox Gold for the 20 weight, and then I just got some Finish Line 5 weight because I couldn't find it in the Fox on Amazon, and I was like, it's the same stuff, same weight, so it doesn't really matter. Unless you're crazy and you're like, it's gotta be Fox and nothing else, then buy Fox. I don't know. to tell you. So, all right, cups and gloves, because I got tired of cleaning up all the oil. 20 weight here, and I'm gonna toss my other one in the 5 weight. So the kit does come with one of these little guidance ring. If you want to replace the old one, guess we might as well since we're here. That's the old one. Get rid of that. Slide the new one on. That way she's fresh. Okay, that's on, and then we can go ahead and do these first, actually. So I know you take these out first, and you think you put the foam ring in, but these will go first, and then the foam ring will actually sit nicely inside there. So the trick to these, we gotta hammer them in. You need a special tool for that. This is the one that I purchased. It does like multiple different sizes, but I think we only need the 32. See how it kind of fits on there real nice. It sounds so brutal, but she's in there. All right, same thing with the other side. Okay, so I was having a difficult time getting the ring in there, and I realized something, that I seated these way too deep. You want the top, not the top, but where it like lips off, you want that to be at the top of the base here. So yeah, hammer them a little bit too far in, I guess, and that's why I was like, how is it even possible to get this ring in there? So now I should have space to do this. Just make sure it kind of all flushes out, and shit, we're good. We're done with that. All right, so it just started storming. The storms come out of nowhere here in Florida, especially in the afternoon in the summertime. So you might hear a little bit of noise in the background, and I had to shut the garage and kick on some lighting. But here we are. All right, so I'm gonna crank this fork back down, and we're gonna put 3 cc's of oil in the top. Okay, so 20 weight oil right up here up top. So that's it. That's like all you need right there. That's about 3 milliliters. Put that in the top. I'm gonna clean this off a little bit too. I'll go ahead and keep those tokens on there for now, because why not? See if I like them. A Big Mac Daddy 27. Snug her up just a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna pop with just a little bit of lube on these two. Help them slide on. Just doing a quick check in my head that I did everything right. I think we're good. Jumped ahead of myself again. Need to leave space to put the oil in. For the air shaft side, we are going to be putting, I wrote it down, don't worry, I wrote it down, 10 millimeters and then 40 millimeters on this side. Okay, 10 millimeters. Let all that drain out of the tube. There we go. And I think I can just reach it just like this, so I'm gonna go ahead and send it that way. Okay, it's in there. Now we can push this all the way down and put our pieces back on. New washers, a little tiny one right here. Slide that on, and then we'll slide that 10 mil back on. Okay, so these are both going to be 5.7 Newton meters. Ooh, clean that a little bit. All right, clean that up a little bit, slide it back on, and tighten her down. I think this is supposed to be like 2 Newton meters. It's like nothing. And well, hot damn, we're done with that part. And that was a poorly done fork service. Just saying that you could do it. You could absolutely do this if I could do it. So, we'll need to put some air in it too, so don't forget to do that. This might take a while, but that's it. That's a wrap. You do it yourself, all right? And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.